Hello guys, if you like my awesome gaming videos, my programming and web development courses, my editing courses and editing videos, and my tech talks and tech guidance, then you can consider subscribing to my channel and click on this bell icon to stay connected with me all the time. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and this is a very important video. Here we're gonna implement the how to add search functionality in Laravel. So we're gonna implement that in our part 7 of our video. I hope that you guys watch my channel video. As you can see, I have created a complete Laravel playlist where I made a lot of videos of admin panel, how to you can structure your total website, the controller model, MVC pattern, routes, database, controller, everything that you need to know. And we have done all the admin panel work like fetch data, adding data, edit, delete, update, everything that you need to know, including image files upload with very beautiful design. As you can see in the second segment, I worked with show all the projects in a nice card view and in the detail page as well, be using the dynamic URL. I hope you guys learn all of this thing perfectly. Now let's implement our search functionality here. Now let me open my server, PHP artisan serve. So make sure that you have XAMPP installed, otherwise it will not work because it is connected to this MySQL server. As you can see, 3306 port. Make sure you start those server as well, because those two things are super important. And here I need to write project/index. Here we have all the projects. Okay, so these are the dynamic projects that we worked on previously. So what we're gonna do first, we need to work with our search functionality. So let's do this. It is very simple, guys. I think it will take only 5 to 6 minutes for you to implement, but as I'm making it for a tutorial, it will take a little bit of time. So first step is our creating our route. Okay, so go to our web.php file, and it's very simple. Just copy one of them and paste it here. And you can comment out, this is very important. So our adding search functionality, just write adding search functionality. So commenting is so important to understand what you are doing. Okay, and this is for the users panel. Let me add all the comments. These are for the users panel. Okay, and these routes are for the admin panel. So it is very easy for you. When I upload it to the GitHub, it will be really easy for you. So everything is done perfectly. Now here in our adding search functionality URL /search only. Okay, just search, nothing else. This is our URL, and you will go to the homepage controller, but you can create another controller. Okay, PHP artisan make controller, search controller, but here I'm going to do it in the home page. So everything that we want to render, it should be coming from the home page, because we're working on the home page. Okay, so as you can see, this is the home page. We need to add a search functionality here. So you're gonna write this function name as search. This is the search method, and I'm gonna write it search. You can say project.search. So you can write a dynamic URL projects.search. Okay, so when you hit that URL using route function, it will go to the /search and do your functionality. So this should be search our method name that we're going to work on, and /search is our URL, and this is the dynamic URL that we're going to use later. So this is our first step. And second step, that we need to create a page where we're going to render all this information. Like for user panel, we have a home page to show all the cards, show detail to show the detail of the pages, but we're going to copy the same information. As you can see, we can copy everything, and make sure that you have a bootstrap here. As you can see, we have a bootstrap and the link to the CSS as well. Everything is set up properly. You can copy everything, but don't worry, later we're going to organize it, make it more modular in the last part of the video. Okay, so we're going to copy those things and paste it here, and right click on it, new file. I'm going to create search_page.blade.php. This is our search page. You can paste everything, including our bootstrap link and bootstrap link and our CSS link. As you can see, it's go to the URL css app.css, which is our if you go to the public, this CSS app.css. Okay, and this is the user panel of project search. Suppose this is a search page, and here I'm gonna render all this information. Okay, dynamically, so it will do the work. It is really good. Okay, so this is the page we're gonna go. So our page creation is done, our route creation is done. So our main work is to go to our search function. If you go to the web.php, we have a search functionality that will do every single work, and that will show all the information in this search page that we have just created. As you can see, this is our search page. So first we need to go to the now the controller, which is homepage controller. So homepage controller, we need to create a function. Let's create a function which is public function. It should be search function. Okay, and search function will take a request, and because we're gonna put some information based on request, it will give us some information, so it should be request. Okay, so this part is very necessary, and you can add a comment which is add search function. Okay, this is our search function, because when I'm going to upload it into the GitHub, you can get the dynamic information. So here I'm going to go to first return a view, and this function return view, it will go to the users panel dot search page. Okay, so it will go to this page. Okay, and it will render some information, okay, based on something. So we have to create a navigation. So this is important. Now we need to create a navigation, so where we can input some information. So we need that kind of page to input something in a search, so that we can get the information from the user and pass this information based on the query in the database. So this is the very important thing. First, we just created a web.php file and created our route and the function that will do the work. Okay, so everything is done. Then we're going to create a search page that will show all the information in a cart view after you search all those items. Now we need to have an input, so that you can search by title or by description, by category, whichever information you want. So I think in the home page you need to create a nav. Okay, so if you want to have a more modular, you can create a new folder and create a nav separately. But now at this moment I'm going to use the navbar within this project. Okay, I think this would be really good to show you what the actual functionality of this page. So in the home page, where I can show all the information, as you can see, we can go to the detail page from here. So everything we can do within the home page. I think it will look really good. So in the home page, you need to add a navigation. So I have already added, as you can see, in the bootstrap, to go to the navbar. And as you can see, in this form we have a search function. You can copy every single thing and customize it with your own. But I have also created all this information dynamically. As you can see, we have a section, we have an section. So we have a awesome full modular navbar which you can use if you just copy this nav here from my GitHub link. As you can see, I will give you this link to you in the description. You can copy all the information, or you can copy everything from here. You can copy this, and here you can paste it. You can paste this is for the nav. Okay, this is the main our homepage, where we're going to show all the information in a cart, and in the top portion we have our nav. You can see we have added the nav, and we also have the link. As you can see, we can go to all the projects, we can go to home, we can go to the skill section, which I didn't create it yet, but I keep it here so that I can configure it later. So our main thing is that this form will do something. It will go to particular page, and we can get some information from this input field. Okay, that is search. So if I refresh it, if I refresh my page, as you can see, we have all the links that is added here properly. So it will work. If we go to the search, we need to add the information. So this information is needed to create. So as you can see, the input field and its type is search. Make sure its type is search, and you need to give it dynamic name. And based on this name, we're gonna query all the information. So name it query, because this is the information they're gonna collect. We're gonna write something, and this information we're gonna go to our main backend. So our name should be the query, the information that we're going to collect from this form. And make sure the placeholder is search, and we have a button. If we click on, and make sure that it is type submit, and when we click on this button that have a type of submit, as you can see, because we hit on this button, it will form some action. Okay, so that's why we need that, and give it a name search. As you can see, it is a name search, and when you click this button, it will perform some action. We can go somewhere. Okay, and we're gonna create dynamic routing, and make sure you write it perfectly. Route, and here, as you can see, in the dynamic route, we're gonna input some URL. And if you go to the web.php, we have a projects.search. So that's why you need a dynamic URL name, so that we can work with it perfectly. So you're going to go to home page, and here you just paste this route. So when we hit search button, which is type submit, when we hit it, it will route to this function, projects.search, and it will give us all the information that we need. Now I need to just work with our homepage controller, where the search function is. Okay, so here I need to do our work. Now what you need to do And what you write here, as you can see, this will collect information from our request. So if you go to the home page, as you can see, this name query, so you're going to get every single information based on this name. Okay, name query. So what we need to do, we write a variable query with the same name, and we're going to write request. Make sure it is $request, because that's the thing we need. We need to get information from our HTML page or the blade pages. That's why we need request. And request as a method called input, and what you want to input, the thing that you write in the query field, as you can see. And this name is same as if you go to the home page, this query. Okay, so this query is getting all the information that what we need, and based on that search all this information. And now what I need to write, which is searched items. Okay, searched item should be, go to every single project, and where, make sure you write it perfectly, where clause. Okay, and what you need, the title. This is our attribute name in the database of this project model. Okay, so find a title which is like, okay, I'm giving a space so that it looks really better, and find this information which is like, give double quotes here, and 2%, as you can see, give double quotes and 2%, and here you're going to write this variable which is query, and get every single information where title is like this query. Okay, suppose it is Django or Laravel, give all this information that is matched with this query. Okay, so it will go to that query and give us all the information, and make sure that you have to behave, and make sure you have to have 2% in the both side, and make sure it is in double quotes. It is very important, guys. And then you can get it, just get, you can write get function to get every single information based on this title. Okay, so first we're going to do that. Don't worry, we're going to modify and learn a lot of things based on it. And you need to pass this information like compact. It's very simple, and you're just gonna copy the same name, because this name is super important. You need to paste it perfectly and save it. And now all the information that you want based on the searched item will be go into our search page. So we get all the information. Now go to the search page, and you just paste it here. Okay, if we have any searched item, you're gonna go to each searched item. Suppose you would just name it as project. Okay, you can write it search item or I or any single object name. Suppose here I name it project, so that this we don't need to modify all those information. So give me thumbnail, title, projects, category name, GitHub link, YouTube link, and detail page. You can also go to the detail page based on this project ID that we got. Okay, and this is the thing that we passed, and using the for loop we're getting all the information in a search page. So make sure you just name it search page. Okay, so let's check it and let's see if it is working or not. So I'm just gonna name it Django. Make sure you have it. Okay, the project.search is not defined, so we need to write one more thing, guys, which is super important. We need to write PHP artisan optimize to optimize every single web.php file, because you added a new URL. It is very good and good habit to write PHP artisan optimize. I know, guys, you are so smart, you learn it perfectly, and if you see all my tutorial, it is super easy, super beautiful. And make sure you do that, because this is very important in Laravel. Remember that. Okay, very important. And we're gonna go to project/index. This is our home page. If we want to search anything like Laravel, as you can see, we get all the information based on Laravel. And if you search it by enroll final year project, you get all of this thing. And you need to check it if lowercase work. Suppose here I'm gonna make every single in lowercase, search it. Yes, it works, because it will find every single thing. It will find every single thing that you search based on this information. As you can see, we take all the information that user typed, and based on that we're gonna search in the projects table. So projects table, where clause, title is like the title that user searched. Okay, very simple. And get all those information and pass this information in a search page and show us in a nice cut view. So this is the main logic. Within 5 or 6 minutes you understand it perfectly. And now the main thing, that's why I made this tutorial, which is important. Suppose if I want to search it by multiple attribute, not just a title. I want the description, I want category. How can you do that? Let's check out a description if it is working. Let's check out the description, because based on description I want it. Let's type Django. There is nothing here. Let's type if you go to the detail page, as you can see, API integration, we have Firebase. Let's search this information by Firebase, paste it here. Okay, this Android project has Firebase, so the detail is working perfectly. There is no problem at all. And now you can search it by multiple attributes. Suppose I'm going to name it title again, and here you can add, let me delete this first, and you can add chaining. Here you can write or where. You search it by title, or you search it by description. Or as you can see, we can connect or where to add one more attribute. If you go to the laravel.com docs 8x queries or where clause, you can have search users table where votes is greater than 100, or where name is equals to this one, and get this information. You can search it by name and search it by vote, or you can search it by votes, or you can search it by name. You can add so much information. You can add or where, and you can add or where and use a function, and based on it you can add one more where and one more where, which will work as an AND. If you add multiple where, it will work as an AND. If you use where and then use or where, it will work as an OR, because any of the match it will work. If you have a title match, it will work, or if you match and this description, it will also work. So we're going to work with description. Okay, so description is like, and here into a double quote and 2%, and you're going to write query. So give us all the information if the description matched or the title is matched, and then we get the information. Make sure this get is super important to get all the information. Now you can go to our main website and refresh it, and if it is matching, suppose this category is full stack. Let me write full stack. Let me check if it is working. It's not working because it's not category by full stack. Okay, so give it Android final year project. Okay, just not give it a simple project. Okay, it gives us this information, and give us YouTube, search it, and it gives us this information. Okay, because this is for the YouTube. So everything working perfectly. These are the two things. You can change multiple. You can just enter it and give it multiple parameter, like you can copy this and paste it one more time here, and it will also work. Very simple. And this is the thing that I want to show you guys. So give it next line so that it looks better. Find where the title is like that, or where find the information based on this description. And here one more thing that I want to show you. If you go to the query builder in the where clauses in the Laravel documentation, you can add multiple information, very complex queries. As you can see, it can be very complex. So it says the find all the information where the vote count is between 1 to 100, and go this information in the users table. So you can use where between. Okay, so you need to read this documentation very perfectly. As you can see, read between, where in, this id is between 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and where not in, where the id is not 1 to 3. So you can pass a lot of information. You can pass where null, updated is null, where updated is not null, where the date is this information, where month is this. Okay, so you can add lots of things. As you can see, you can search information by a lot of ways. As you can see, order by description, you can limit this information, get this information, and order by limit. You can use select an entire row. You can work with order by name, because the name that is coming like A, B, C, D alphabetically. So it's order by this title, name, description. It will give us this information. The order by name, description, you can use chaining. As you can see, we have used 2 order by name and email and get, and you can get the latest and the first information. Every single thing is there. And the grouping, you can group by account ID, that is having account ID is greater than 100. You can group by first name. Every single information that you want, you can get it. And you can add limit, get, offset, all of those things. So I recommend you to just read every single information in the where clause in the Laravel documentation, especially in the queries. That's why you can master the query. You can get any information that your client want or to or everything that you need, you can get every single information from MySQL database. Okay, so I recommend you to do and read it perfectly so that you can become very master in Laravel web development. Okay, one more thing guys, if you don't want to write get, if you want to paginate it, just delete it and write paginate. You can paginate. Okay, you can paginate by 1 or 2. It will, both of them will work really fine. If you write paginate and you give the numbers, how many objects that you want to see in each page, suppose I give 1, but normally you get 5 or 6 objects in each page because I have only 2 information, so the pagination will not work that perfectly. So if you write this like this way, if you search on, suppose the common is, if you search Laravel or Django, there is nothing in the Django. If you write Android Laravel, as you can see, is giving us this information. So this, look at this query /search. This is our search functionality. When you hit this search function, is, as you can see, if we go to our code, when you hit this search function, as you can see the web.php, it should go to the /search and it will get the query. As you can see, question sign, and we have a query. So give all the information based on Laravel. So this is the Laravel, that is the thing that we wrote. That is the thing that we wrote in the search field, and we're going to searching this information. So that's why it will go to the /search and the question sign, and the query is equals to Laravel. And this query, the name we find in home page. So if we go to this query, and this query is working, if we go to the homepage controller, as you can see, homepage controller, we're getting it by request input query. So request input query needed to get the query, as you can see. So that's why we wrote it like this way. We need to get the information that we want to search. Okay, that's why it will get match. So let me write it like get, and you can try it with pagination because the next video is all about paginations. But today I want to talk a little bit higher, because today I wanted to guys show you how all the group by having ascending order, descending order is working. So order by name, order by this, you can work it perfectly. So that's all for it guys. This information is done, our search function is done. Next part would be our pagination, and then we have dynamic charts and PDF generation, and the last we have the API Lumen creation. We will create a complete REST API. So these are all the things that you want to cover in this Laravel series. So I hope you enjoyed this series in these videos, and we're gonna watch the next part. So we're gonna do all the awesome stuff. So thanks for watching, and be coming in the next video.